He is with us, and it is your time to be king.
So, in this scene, we see a conversation between T'Challa and his mother, where they're speaking about T'Challa's father. And there's a lot of connection to ancestry in this scene. So one thing is the worm lighting, which shows how they're connected to it just in a very warm way. This is a positive connection to their ancestry. And then also through both their dialogue and what they're wearing. So T'Challa's mother is wearing traditional clothing, and T'Challa himself is wearing the actual Black Panther suit, which his father and all of his forefathers before him wore, which really connects that position as well through ancestry, and the music being positive, the lighting being positive, and their actors' faces in this close-up shot where you can see both in the screen. Even when one character is turned away, you can really see a positive closeness shown here.
Building off of what Ryan said, off of the warmth of the location that they were in before, they were outside, and the sun was shining on them. You could say it was a very happy-looking scene, and then it takes this dramatic shift to London in the UK, and it goes inside of this museum. And one of the main points of emphasis I want to make is the sunlight that is shining on the people. It switches to this artificial light, which can kind of signify a shift in mood or a shift in how people feel in the scene. So obviously it was pretty happy, and it was very warm and comforting in the outdoors. And now when they're inside, it's kind of giving off this mysterious vibe, and it can kind of portray not knowingness, like who is this character in the middle and what is he about to do.
So as the camera focuses in on Killmonger, who is in the middle of the screen here, notably, one thing that the audience immediately notices, especially in contrast to the scene before, is Killmonger is very much not wearing traditional Wakandan clothing. He's wearing especially a jean jacket, which is very symbolic of Western culture at this time, which really just begins to get at what is a constant theme throughout this of how the difference between traditional African and African American cultures are, and the conflict that can come from that. Also, the objects in the glass case during the scene are almost shown to be hovering, which is a direct connection to Killmonger, as he is almost hovering from his own ancestry, where these objects have been taken from the land of which they were from, and even they're isolated just from the same earth that they were on beforehand. Connecting to how Killmonger is also so isolated from what originally would have been his culture. As well as there is a glass physically separating Killmonger from these objects, showing how there is a metaphorical but also physical disconnect between Killmonger and his ancestry.
Good morning. How can I help you?
I was just checking out these artifacts. They tell me you're the expert.
You could say that.
So Killmonger in the scene just asked the lady, "Are you the expert?" Well knowing that he is actually more knowledgeable about these items than she is. However, the audience does not know that yet. It is presenting this man in the middle as a civilian. They don't know what he's about to do. They don't know his intentions. The lady thinks that she is the expert in this scene, and obviously, as we know, it shifts to him becoming the expert, and he begins to lecture her about all of these artifacts. And even though she is towards the left and Killmonger's in the middle, which theoretically could express power and dominance by her, both characters are equally separated from the axis along that third of the screen, showing the audience the ambiguity of their power dynamic between them.
They're beautiful. Where's this one from?
The Bobo Ashanti tribe, present-day Ghana, 19th century.
For real? And what about this one?
One's from the Edo people of Benin, 16th century.
One of the most notable things about this scene, which is shown with the very close-up shots to Killmonger that we get, are Killmonger's facial expressions, which are that of genuine, pure curiosity, which, again, as Dan began to say, show how Killmonger's ambiguity as a character really is just being hammered home here, where he is genuinely curious about this culture, partially because he is so connected from it and has a genuine want to be a member of that. And it shows how Killmonger is not just a villain acting maliciously. He has reasons and he has motivations that go deeper than the surface, which kind of gives the audience a beginning to think of why, rather than just what he's doing.
Now, tell me about this one.
Also from Benin, 7th century. Fula tribe, I believe.
Nah,
I beg your pardon.
it was taken by British soldiers in Benin, but it's from Wakanda, and it's made out of vibranium.
In this short period, we learned that this character that the audience does not know that much about does know a lot about this specific artifact. As he says, nah, basically denying her claim that she knows where it is from. Earlier in the scene, it can show this scene, or this shot, where Killmonger is in the middle, he's looking at the artifact, and then she is in a reflection kind of off to the side. And that can kind of show the power imbalance, expressing how the shift of knowledge went from her to Killmonger, and showing how Killmonger went from this character that you don't know that much about to an important character from Wakanda. And it just really expresses how the true expert in the scene is in fact Killmonger and not the lady.
Don't trip. I'm gonna take it off your hands for you.
These items aren't for sale.
How do you think your ancestors got these? You think they paid a fair price? Or did they take it like they took everything else?
So I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
You got all this security in here watching me ever since I walked in, but you ain't checking for what you put in your body.
All right, mate, let's have it. Come on, mate, time.
I think she might not be feeling too good. Hey, somebody get some help. Come here.
So a lot happens in this scene, specifically a lot of rapidly, almost disparately shifts in who's the focus of the scene and who the camera is actually most clear on and who's kind of blurred out and off to the side, which really just shows the rapid shift in power where the woman who works at the museum is able to basically kick Killmonger out, and the workers at the museum kind of immediately rush to her and do that. However, almost immediately, Killmonger, as shown in this shot, is back to the center of the scene as he had been at the very, very start of it, after being pushed to the side during their conversation. And now he's back to the middle, and he's actually directing the same men who were just trying to push him out of the museum. And additionally, Killmonger's main opponent of this screen literally falls to his feet, which connects significantly to the rest of Black Panther, where Killmonger does gain power through his genuine curiosity and many, many efforts to combat the system that he disagrees with.
Call the doctor, please. Hey, please, somebody, come help.
Emergency right away in the West African exhibit, please, right away.
The audience in this point in the story and in the scene can come maybe even more connected to Killmonger as a character. We learn his motivations behind going to this museum and wanting to take these artifacts. The reasoning being that they stole him from his ancestors. You could even say that this may be done in retaliation, which could lead to the motive being sympathized for. And in a way, this can connect to Things Fall Apart. The part where the people in the village have all these different opinions about the white missionaries, and it is basically kind of representing like what the different things that they want to do with them. Like, for example, Okonkwo wants to kill them, while other people would also maybe consider making friends with them, making peace, or learning their motives.